What can I do? That's a question I ask myself a lot, and today I'm going to ask you, my viewers and supporters, to see if you've got any better ideas. Because I actually give a crap what you have to say. I mean, imagine that, a YouTube content creator who actually gives a damn. So let's get to it, coming up in just a second. Here comes one of those very rare state of the channel videos that I occasionally do, kind of anyhow, where I ask for input because I really have a hard time getting it any other way. There's a little story up front that I have to tell, a couple of them really, but then we're going to get into some questions, and you can have a big impact on the way the channel business is conducted in the future if you take part down in the comments. So please stay tuned, and of course, use the comments below. I'd really appreciate it. So here's a little background on why I'm doing this. A while back, I put out a video where I talked about the community tab on my channel, something about who am I doing this for, I don't remember. And more than a couple of people said they had no idea what the community tab was. And that's important because originally I was going to just post this there, and I realized that very few people would ever see it. And if nobody sees it, it's all kind of pointless. Therefore, I'm going to call some attention to the community tab again here, just so people remember that it exists. I mean, granted, I've really only used it on occasion, perhaps because most people don't respond, because most people aren't looking at it, but I'd kind of like to change that. So let's start off this video by asking anybody in the viewing audience what they'd like to see there. It's a resource that we have available. What can we use it for? What would you like to see? I'm open to doing a lot of fun things there, but again, what's the point if nobody sees it or cares? I also considered putting this over on Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee, because that's what a lot of what I'm going to talk about today is about, but that's also the problem. So let me explain. For those that remember a very long time ago, I made a video on what I was going to do over on Patreon, all the special stuff that I was going to do to provide people extra value at each tier, etc., etc. I really want to give back to people who are supporting me, but since then, pretty much universally, none of the things that I've done there have really gotten any traction. And that's not a complaint, it's just an observation, because even though I do have people supporting me, they're not taking advantage of anything that I'm doing. For example, at the $5 monthly tier, I will post polls about what I should do next, what you'd like to see, things like that, so that people have an inner track to the future of the channel. Yet in the last, I don't know, maybe a year, I've gotten exactly 0 votes on any of it. And it's at the point that I just don't even bother because it's clear that nobody cares. And that's fine if you don't want to. That's completely up to you. It's not like this is some mandatory job that you have to do because you're supporting the channel. That's not it at all. Yet, I've talked to people who say they just don't care about the rewards. They're just trying to help out, and that's great. It's fantastic, and I'm incredibly appreciative of that, but I still feel kind of bad. You've earned these things, and if they're not going to be utilized or appreciated or wanted or whatever, then maybe they're just not the right rewards. I don't know. And I've asked people there what they wanted to see. And you know what kind of response I've gotten? Crickets. Nothing at all. And this goes across all the tiers too. For the people who are paying to get all of the videos early, as far as I can tell, absolutely nobody is watching them early. I still upload them every single Sunday, of course. That's never going to change because that's kind of part of my process. But I've asked, and they just aren't being viewed. Even the extra material that I upload a couple times a month, the freebie videos, all the extra things that I do, as far as I know, absolutely nobody is watching it. These are videos that you can't see anyplace else if you're not a patron. And as far as I know, it's a complete waste of my time to do it. Now, I love doing it, but I'd like to see them viewed. So I asked a couple of weeks ago, maybe I should wait a couple of weeks or a couple of months and then just drop them into the regular channel. Extra video every week or so. That way, somebody would watch them. And you guessed it, I got absolutely no responses. So, more recently, I decided to get an account on Buy Me a Coffee, specifically because I figured that people who might not want to put in a monthly recurring expense, they might want to do it one time, just to help out on a video that they really liked. And that's great, fantastic, people have done that, and currently I'm not offering anything special there. But I want to, I really do. If you're going to go the extra mile and help me out, I want you to get something special, even if you don't really need it. Anybody can come to YouTube and just watch a video. It's completely free. I don't really ask anything of anybody. There you go. I don't even put ads on the videos on purpose. I get absolutely nothing out of this except for the people who go on Patreon and now people who go to Buy Me a Coffee, and I really don't push either one of those. I'm not here to beg, unlike the religious. It's available and I want people to be happy with it, and at the moment I'm somewhat at a loss to figure out how to make them happy with their support. Now, I get that some don't want the extras, and that's fine. I've said that. Your contributions are greatly appreciated nonetheless. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to keep trying, so here we are. It's just been really hard to get any kind of feedback. It's like my patrons haven't stepped foot on Patreon since they signed up, and that actually might be the case. I have absolutely no way of knowing. Again, this isn't a complaint necessarily because I'm not complaining about what anybody's doing. I'm just trying really hard to make you happy, and I feel like I'm not doing it. At least not at the moment. I'm just trying to figure out what I should do, which is why I'm finally coming back here, mostly because I know that more people will watch it here and might have some ideas. This isn't to beg for your money, I don't do that, although, yeah, if you want to, it certainly does help. Either a one-time donation through Buy Me a Coffee or an ongoing monthly through Patreon, and I'm trying very hard to give you stuff that makes you feel like it's worth it. If you don't feel like doing it or you're not in a position to do it, don't feel remotely pressured. It's not intended that way. So, here's where I actually start to ask some questions, and I would appreciate your thoughts in the comments. If you don't have anything to say, that's fine too. I'm just asking for help. We're going to start off with those extra videos I talked about before. Now, they're not long videos, maybe 8 to 10 minutes each, whatever they turn out to be, but if I find short content to respond to, I will make one every week, 2, 3, I don't know, and upload it for anybody on Patreon to see. It's not part of the tier rewards, it's just something extra to give back. Anybody can watch it, even at the $1 tier. If I can, and I haven't looked into the feasibility of this, so don't hold me to it, I'd really like to offer those same extra videos to people on Buy Me a Coffee who have donated money. I don't know how that would work at the moment. I haven't looked. I know I can set up rewards there, but I haven't looked into any of the details yet. This is just spitballing off the top of my head. I just think that anybody who's going to put their hard-earned cash on the barrelhead, they deserve something in return. Something special. Some kind of special thank you for actually caring enough to do something. Now, keep in mind, you can go over there and follow me for free. The link is in the description. You can just go there, sign in, follow me. It doesn't cost you anything to be a follower, and I might start posting things there. I don't know. And if you have any ideas what you'd like to see in a place like that, again, comments are open, put them down there. But the more people that I have with their eyes on the community, and that goes for here too with the community tab, the more I'm going to want to do things and the more effort I'm going to make. And while I'm at it, since this is really kind of an off the cuff video, I wanted to say thank you to anybody who ran over to BitChute and subscribed to my channel there. We're now getting at least some views on the videos, maybe 30 to 40 for every video, and every view helps. Also, I'm now getting some views on Odyssey, even though I do literally zero promotion of that. It's just another backup site just in case YouTube decides to do anything stupid. At least my videos don't go away completely and I have to upload all of them. I do back them all up locally, but that doesn't really help anybody, does it? Now, the other idea that I had for the extra videos was maybe wait the 8 weeks that my regular patrons get my videos early and then post them here as an extra video, perhaps on Saturday. Now, I'm sure the people on YouTube would love that because it's just more free content. I just wanted to ask the people for whom this was an established reward, either patrons or people who are likely to use Buy Me a Coffee, I don't know, if that was going to be okay for them, because really, I don't want to feel like I'm taking anything away from them as an exclusive. But as you know, I tried and I didn't get any response. In fact, some of the patrons I've talked to, they've all said, well, you can do whatever you want. Yeah, I know I can. I'm asking what you want me to do. I mean, I can get in the car and move to Nebraska, but I'm sure my wife wouldn't like that very much, so I'd probably want to run it by her. The point is, I'm doing this for you. Therefore, I do want your input. So locate the comments down below and let me know. Next to last, and I know this really ought to go to my patron supporters, but like I said, I tried. But let's play make-believe. I mean, the religious do it all the time. We might as well try it too. If you were in the shoes of a supporter, not that I'm asking you to become one if you don't want to, but what would you want to see as a reward? I mean, go as pie in the sky as you want. Because here's basically what I'm offering on screen currently, and I ran it past people back in the day, and they seemed happy, but I'm going to try again now that it's been in place for a while. What do you think would be an adequate reward for the money? I'm really just curious. I can keep going on as I have been with people not answering polls, not watching bonus content, not getting their rewards, not doing the extra videos, not doing any of this stuff. And I know that people have legitimate reasons why they can't do it, don't want to do it, etc. But again, I'm just asking. It doesn't really hurt me at all for you not to do any of this stuff, but I really want to do stuff for you. I really do. So help me to help you, even if it's just in theory, because sometimes this gets really, really frustrating. I mean, every single month, Patreon prompts me to do all this stuff for my patrons, and I do it, and I know that what I'm doing isn't reaching people. So if you don't think that's frustrating, I don't know what to tell you, because it absolutely is. Finally, I'm just going to leave the comments open for general suggestions, ideas, complaints, or whatever. Are you satisfied with the kind of content that's on the channel? Are there things that you want me to do different? Are there topics that you'd like to see or not see going forward? Are there apologists that you'd never want to see again? And I've got quite a few of those that I don't like to do, but people seem to like it, so I do it anyway. I'm here for you. Not a lot of channels out there ask, so I'm going to. Let me know anything constructive and I'll take a look at it. Now, that's not a guarantee that I'll do everything, because at the end of the day, it remains my channel and I get to make the choices, but I'll at least judge it fairly and see what I can do. Anyway, that's about it. I've rambled on for long enough. The comments are yours. Let me know what you think on any of the questions, all of the questions, none of the questions. I'm easy. Anyway, I'm going to jump off and go enjoy my weekend, and I hope all of you do too. Until Monday, then, stay sane and rational because somebody has to do it, and it sure the hell won't be the religious. So, until we meet again, farewell.
Bum